I'm Dan Ackerman, and we are here taking a look at the latest version of Apple's 15-inch MacBook Pro laptop. Obviously, this looks a heck of a lot like the last couple of generations of MacBook Pros. In fact, this is the second 2011 version that we've seen. I think we're going to call it the 15-inch MacBook Pro Fall 2011 version. Compared to the Spring 2011 version, what Apple did was they put in a couple of fairly minor upgrades to the CPU and the GPU and some hard drives and some of the other sizes, not the 15-inch. For the 15-inch model, what basically happened was there's a $1799 15-inch Pro and a $2199. Previously, the $2199 version had a 2.2 gigahertz Intel Core i7 CPU. The less expensive 15-inch Pro had a slower CPU. So now that high-end 2.2 one moves down to the $1799 model. That's what we have right here. And the more expensive version gets, I think, a 2.4 gigahertz, same Intel Core i7 CPU. So everybody moves up a step right there. Same thing happened with the GPU in this model. We've got the AMD Radeon 6750, which was in the higher end 15-inch model. Now, again, it's in the lower end 15-inch model. You get a 512 meg version of that card here, and if you spend more on the $2199 15-inch Pro, then you get a 1 gig card that's obviously going to be a little bit better. Other than that, you still get the same big glass touchpad that everybody likes, and of course the backlit MacBook Pro keyboard that's really become an industry standard across a lot of different brands of PCs, this sort of island-style keyboard. The screen is still 16 by 10 rather than 16 by 9. That's one of the areas where Apple really doesn't follow the conventions of the laptop industry. And of course, you still get that one really unique, for now at least Apple thing, that is the Thunderbolt port that replaces what still looks like a DisplayPort connector on the side there, so you can still connect your DisplayPort peripherals. It will also take Thunderbolt peripherals, which is the super sort of high-speed data transfer standard that you can get in a couple of hard drives and a couple of displays, but not too much stuff yet. Long story short, this is the typical Apple methodology of keeping the prices the same and then every once in a while bumping up the specs on these systems in between the kind of more big picture physical design changes. So if you were waiting to buy a MacBook Pro to see if they would do anything for the holiday season with it, well, this is it. It's not a huge change, but more power, same price. It's hard to say no to that. I am Dan Ackerman, and that is the Fall 2011 edition of Apple's 15-inch MacBook Pro.